What is going on, everyone? We are back with another Knights and Summons video, and in this one, as promised, we will be showing you guys what happens when you cannot defeat a monster, but instead of just dying, which you do have the option to just die if you don't want your opponent helping you to get some prizes, okay? That is always an option. However, if it is gonna move you ahead in the game, then sometimes it is beneficial to ask your opponent for help so that you can both move ahead in the game. All right, so here's what happens, guys. We have the same exact hand that we've had since turn 1, okay? And again, we're gonna draw into the world turtle, okay, guys? So let's go ahead and put him on his little pedestal again, right there. All right, let's see what we can do. Remember, so we're gonna go ahead and play the exact same way. All right, we are going to put down our dark helmet. Then we're gonna put down our crystal dragon, our summoner's hand to allow us to play the light axe and the earth sword. And in this case, actually no, I'm not gonna play the earth sword. So that means I'm also not gonna play the summoner's hand. I'll tell you guys why right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and play these cards right here, right? And yeah, I'm gonna keep these cards in my hand because in this scenario, I'm going to be asking my opponent for help. So that means I do not have to play these on the field to risk not losing them. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and ask my opponent, hey, can you help me? Okay, defeat this monster. Now, if this was turn 1, which essentially it is, your opponent, the player you're playing against, could not do anything to help you, okay? Because they don't have anything on their field. And remember, that is one of the rules of the game. You cannot place things on your field unless it is your turn, okay? But for this example, we're gonna say that this is already like the 3rd turn, and our opponent has a light helmet. Let's see what else he has. Oh wow, okay, a light helmet, a rainbow dragon on the field because it is a light attribute, so he can have it on the field with his light helmet. And he has, wow, this is a very powerful hand. Let me move this to the side. Let's say he has a dark armor and a dark axe on his field. Wow, that is very, very powerful. He also has a summoner's hand, which would have also allowed him to have the light sword and a dragon knight, which is 80 damage epic summon. Very powerful card. But let's just say he kept these on his hand because he didn't want to risk losing them. Okay, so that's his hand, right? And his field right there. Okay. Now, knowing that my opponent clearly has the extra damage to defeat Mr. World Turtle here, okay, I would ask him, because as of right now, I only have 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I have 190 damage on the field right now, and my opponent has a whopping, let's see, he has 10, 40, 50, 80, 80, 100, 140. Dang, my opponent has my opponent has 210 damage on the field right now. Okay, so I can clearly, with our combined damage, we have well over 300 damage to defeat the world turtle. Now I can go ahead and ask my opponent, hey, you want to help me defeat this monster? I will give you 2 prizes if you do so. And then in this case, you have to be good at negotiating. You can basically be like, look, man, I don't mind dying here. If I go ahead and die, then I'm just going to remain on the first tile. So it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to go ahead and just draw 5 new cards, and it's not going to be the biggest deal in the world. Now, if you help me, you can get 2 prizes, and that is completely for free. And my opponent can make the decision of whether or not to help me, okay? Or he can counter negotiate and be like, hey, I'll do it for 4 prizes, and then maybe you guys can meet in the middle and be like, you know what? Let's do it, but we'll split the prizes at 3 and 3. And in that case, if that happens, if we finally agree to do that, we defeat the monster, which goes to the discard pile, and then the person whose turn it was takes their prizes first. So in this case, I take my prizes first, and I say I want to take 2 cards and move up one tile. So remember, you have to move up the tile first. Okay. This one says flip a coin. If heads, reset your once per life ability. If tails, the player to your right resets their once per life ability. Remember, we're pretending that this is further down in the game, like turn 3 or 4. So let's say my opponent had already used their once per life ability, then I would have to flip the coin here. If it landed on, let's see, if heads, reset. Okay, so if it landed on heads, nothing happens because I haven't used my ability. And if it lands on tails, my opponent's one per life ability gets reset. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and draw into my 2 cards, and that ends my turn. But now my opponent is going to go ahead and decide how he wants to take his 2 prizes. Obviously, he probably won't want to land on the first tile because his once per life ability is already reset. Or he could if he wanted to. That's perfectly fine. Or he can move up 2 spaces and draw 1 card. But in this case, my opponent says, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just draw 3 cards. Okay, now he puts those into his hand. And that ends the turn, guys. That's what happens when you negotiate with your opponent to move forward. Now, in a game of 3 or 4 people, it becomes a lot more exciting and a lot more fun because you can have people outbidding themselves, right? Being like, hey, you know what? I'll help you for 2 prizes, or I'll help you for 1 prize, or, you know, 2 people might gang up on somebody else, or, you know, just a lot of things could happen when you're playing with multiple people. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I believe that at this point I've shown plenty to get you guys started into playing our Knights and Summons game. I will, if I come up with anything else, I will definitely make another video. Guys, if you have any questions at all, go ahead and put them down in the comments below, and I will go ahead and either respond or make another video addressing those questions, guys. Remember, we are going to be in Dallas. I don't know if by the time that this video comes out, we'll already have been there. Most likely we will have if you're watching this anytime in the next 5 days. But we will also be at Long Beach Collecticon. And we do have a store in Riverside, California. If you ever want to visit, check out this game for yourself. I will most likely make it available for people to just be able to sit down and play it with their friends here at the shop. And what else can I tell you guys? Make sure that you follow us over on our Instagram account. I will probably put a link down below so you guys can just click it and go check it out, because I do post a lot of updates there, because there is a lot more to come with this game. A lot more to come. But yeah, guys, I hope this tutorial has all been super helpful, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.